Okay, let us see. So in the last lecture, we have already seen how to find the approximate solution of the algebraic equation or transcendental equation. So today let us see, we have already seen that by using the bisection method, if we want to solve any algebraic equation or transcendental equation, it will take much more iterations. It is, as comparing to other method, it is much more lengthy. If you want to find the solution of one equation, so at least we should do much more than 10 iterations. Okay, so that's why the method is very lengthy. So let us try to use another method, which is iterative method, and which is, as comparing to the bisection method, it is faster method. So it was given by Newton's. It was given by Newton. So that's why it is also called Newton's iterative formula, and sometimes it is also called Newton's Raphson method. So what is Newton-Raphson method? So if you want to prove that, what is this? This method is what? It is xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. So what is f dash of x? F dash of xn is the derivative of f of x. So if you want to prove this, if you want to get this formula, so how to get this formula? So let us see if f of x equal to 0 be any equation. It will be either algebraic equation or transcendental equation. So we have given this equation, and let x0 be its approximate solution. X0 be its what? Its approximate solution. And again, let x1 is its exact solution. So there is an error. This h is what? It is very small quantity, and which is the difference between exact solution minus approximate solution, which is h. And this is very small number. And suppose, for example, suppose x1 is, for example, 2. So what is x0? It is x0 is like that, 1.9998 like that. So we will get the very much, this h is what? It is very small. If we consider over here, so what is the value of h? It is 0.001 or 2 like that. This is the value of h. So it is very small. So this x1 is what? X1 is the exact solution of this equation. So can we write like that? Can we write what it means? F of x0 plus h is equal to 0. Because f of x is 0. F of x is 0. And now we have already seen that x1 is the exact solution. So can we write f of x1 equal to 0? This will satisfy because x1 is equal to the solution of this equation. Okay, so let us put x1 equal to f of x plus h. And now if we expand f of x plus h, x0 plus h by Taylor's theorem. What is Taylor's theorem? So f of x0 plus h time of, h upon factorial 1, f dash of x0 plus h square upon 2 factorial, f double dash of x0, and so on. So this is what we know, that it is the Taylor expansion of this function. So clearly, since the value of h is very small, the value of h is very small. So suppose if the value of h is, suppose for example 0.001. So if we take h square, what is h square? It will contain 0.0000 and 01. Okay, this that is 1. So now it is what? H square is very small. So in this formula, what we will do? Let us put the higher power of h square should be 0. Higher power, and it's h to the power 2, and higher power of h should be 0, because the value of h is very small. So clearly h square is very small. H cube, h to the power 4, h to the power 5, all will be very near to 0. So we have only the 3 terms: the first term, second term, and third term. So how to write this first term? So f of x0 plus h is equal to f of x0 plus h f dash of x0. Correct? So if we simplify it, it is what? It is what? Let us simplify it. What is the value of h? This is equal to 0. This is equal to, because f of x plus h0 means it is f of x1. So f of x1 equal to 0. So what we are getting, h is equal to minus of f x0 divided by f dash of x0. This is the value of h. Okay. So what is the exact solution? What is x1? x1 equal to x0 plus h. What is the value of h? The value of h is this. So we can write it x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. So now this is what it is, our first iteration. This is the Newton's first formula. x1 is equal to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. So similarly, if you put x1 equal to x0 equal to x1, and x1 will become x2. So it will become x2 is equal to x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash of x1. So if we put for general method, if we put for general terms, how we can write it? It can be written as xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. So we can get this formula. So now this is what it is, iterative formula. So we use this formula to find out the general solution of the equations, either it is algebraic equation or it is in transcendental equations. Okay. So let us take one example. Find the positive root of x to the power 4 minus x equal to 10. Correct to 3 decimal places using Newton's Raphson method. So we have to find the positive root of the following equation using Newton-Raphson method. So x to the power 4 minus x equal to 10. So let us consider what is f of x. So we know that by Newton-Raphson method, x to the xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. So now consider f of x. Let us consider what is this total term is f of x. So f of x is equal to x to the power 4 minus x minus 10. Then what is its derivative? So derivative of x to the power 4 is 4x cube. Derivative of x is 1. So this is 4x cube minus 1. So we have calculated what is f of x and what is the value of f dash of x. Now what is f of 1? Now let us find out. Suppose we consider that where is the root of this equation. So in the last lecture we have already seen that we substitute some arbitrary value. If the value of suppose we are putting x equal to 0, x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3 and so on. So if for any two values, for one value of x, suppose we are putting x equal to 0 and its value is negative. Total f of x is negative. And if you put x equal to 1 and the value of f of 1 is equal to positive value. So what we are doing, we are saying that the root of the equation lying between 0 and 1. So same thing we are doing over here. What we are doing, let us put what is the value of x is 1. So if you put x equal to 1, we are getting 1 to the power 4, x is equal to 1, so it is 1, minus 10. So 1 to the power 4 means 1, 1 minus 10. So this will cancel. We are getting minus 10. Similarly, if you put f of x equal to 2, so 2 to the power 4 is 16, minus 2 and minus 10. So now what we are getting, 16 minus 12 is 4. So if you put x equal to 1, the f of x is negative. And if you put x equal to 2, then what is f of x? It is positive. So what it means that the value of the root of the given equation means positive root, because we have to find the positive root. The root of the given equation will lying between 1 and 2. So now we are independent. Now we are independent to put the value of x. Now what is the iteration number? First we have to put the initial value of x. So let us consider x0 can be considered as 1 or x0 can be considered as 2, or sometime we can also take their middle value 1 plus 2 divided by 2. So this is 1.5. Okay, so now we are independent. Either we can do x0 equal to 1, x0 equal to 2, or x0 is equal to 1.5, or sometime we can also use what is the value of x, 1.2 or 1.1, like that. We are independent because with the help of Newton-Raphson method, the iteration process is very fast. So if we are putting the very near value, then answer will be coming in 2 to 3 steps. We are able to find out the answer. Okay, let us see over here what will happen. So here what we are putting, since f of 1 equal to negative and f of 2 is positive. So the root of the equation lying between 1 and 2, let us take x0 is equal to 2. Let us take the value of x0 is 2. You can also take x0 is equal to 1 or x0 equal to 1.5 and n equal to 0 in equation number 1. So what will happen? The equation number 1. We are putting x0, n equal to 1. We have to first put n equal to 0. So if you put n equal to 0, what we are getting? It is x1 equal to x0 minus f of x0 divided by f dash of x0. And we are putting x0 is equal to 2. We are putting x0 is equal to 2. So what will happen? Just look here. Okay, so x1 is equal to x0. Just we have already calculated the formula. F of x0 upon f dash of x0. So what is the value of x0? We have taken it is 2, f of 2 and f dash of 2. So what is f of 2? So f of 2 we have already calculated. This is f of 2 is equal to 4, or we can put this value in this equation. We will put x equal to 2. So 2 to the power 4 and x is equal to 2 minus 10. And what is the value of f dash of 2? So what is f of f dash of x? It is 4x cube minus 1. So 4 times of x is equal to 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3 minus 1. So this numerator part is 4 and denominator is what it is, 2 to the power 3 is 8. 8 into 4 is 32. 32 minus 1 is 31. So we are getting 2 minus 4 upon 31, which is equal to, if we simplify it, what will happen? This, if we take the LCM, so 31 to just 62 minus 4 upon 31. So 62 minus 4 is equal to 58 divided by 31. So if we divide this, we are getting 1.871. This is the value of x1. This is the root of the equation. Okay, so this is, we are using first iteration. Let us take now this x1. Now what we will do, in this equation we put x equal to n equal to now n equal to 1. So what will happen? X2 is equal to x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash of x1. So now here what is x1? X1 is equal to 1.871. So let us go to the next step. So we use the iteration number 2. Now put x1 is equal to 1.871 in 1. We have x2 is equal to x1 minus f of x1 divided by f dash of x1. And what is x1? It is 1.871, f of 1.871, f dash of 1.871. So again we simplify. What is the value of f of x? F of x is equal to x to the power 4 minus x minus 10. So x is equal to what? It is 1 point. It is 1 point. It is 1.871 to the power 4 minus 1.871 minus 10. Okay, and divided by 4 times of what is f dash of x? F dash of x is equal to 4x cube minus 1. So here it is written 4 times of x is equal to 1.871 whole to the power 3 minus 1. So again, this will not change. If we simplify this part with the help of calculator, because it cannot be solved manually. So everybody has calculator. You can try to find out its value. So if we simplify it, its answer is 0.383 and divided by 25.197. And again, if we simplify this part, we are getting 1.856. Okay, so now this is our x2. This is what? It is our x2. Now, let us take the another iteration. What is another iteration? We have the equations. We have the formula number 1, which is xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. Now let us put In iteration number, this is iteration number 2. So now iteration number 3, let us put n equal to 2. So what we have, x3 is equal to x2 minus f of x2 divided by f dash of x2. So what is x2 over here? x2 is equal to this. x2 is equal to 1.856. This is our x2. So let us put it, iteration number 3. Now put x is equal to 1.856, this one. In 1, we have x3 is equal to x2 minus f of x2 divided by f dash of x2, which is equal to the 1.856 minus f of 1.856 divided by f dash of 1.856. Now, why we are taking this only 3 decimal? Because our question is what? Find the root of the given equation up to the correct up to 3 places. So that's why we are taking all time we are taking 3 places. Okay, because the value of this will come more than 3 places. So we are only taking up to 3 decimal places because our answer should be in the 3 decimal places. So again, we substitute in this equation. We are getting again x to the power 4 minus x minus 10 upon 4x cube minus 1. And again, if we simplify, what we are getting the same answer, 1.856. So now just look here, x2 and x3, both values are same. So now we stop over here. So here x3 is equal to x2, which is equal to 1.856 is the desired approximate root of the given equation up to 3 decimal places. So this is our answer. So if we see, if we compare with the bisection method and the Newton-Raphson method, so definitely the Newton-Raphson method, by the Newton-Raphson method, we can get our answer in very fast and within 2 to 3 steps, right? So this is the example of algebraic equation. Now let us take example of the transcendental equation. So find the real root of the equation 3x is equal to cos x plus 1. Correct to 3 decimal places. In the same manner, okay. So what is our fx? So here if we see that what is our fx? Fx is equal to 3x minus cos x plus 1. Sorry, minus 1. This is what it is, minus 1. Minus 1. We will replace this to this side. So this is our fx. So what is f dash of x? F dash of x is equal to 3. Derivative of sin x is minus of cos x. So minus 1 as well. Derivative of cos x is minus of sin x. So minus 1 as will become plus. So we are getting 3 plus sin x. Okay. So if we use the formula, what is that? What is xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f dash of, f of x divided by f dash of xn. This is Newton-Raphson math formula. So if you put over here, what is xn? Xn is equal to xn minus f of x. F of x is what? 3xn minus cos xn minus 1 whole divided by what is f dash of x? F dash of xn, it is 3 plus sin xn. Okay, so now if we take the LCM of these two things, it is divided by 1. So we are getting 3xn. How we getting 3xn here plus xn sin xn minus 3xn minus plus cos xn plus 1. So this minus and plus term will cancel. So what we are getting? X sin xn plus cos xn plus 1 divided by 3 plus sin xn. So now we will simplify like that. So let us see how to solve this question. We have to find the real roots of the following equation using Newton-Raphson method. So this is what, let us put xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus f of xn upon f dash of xn. This is equation number 1. Let f of x is equal to 3x minus cos x minus 1. Then what is f dash of x? It is 3 plus sin x. We have already seen. So 1 becomes xn plus 1 equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. So again, this is xn. What is the value of f of xn? So we are just putting the value of x to xn over here. So 3xn minus cos xn minus 1 divided by 3 plus sin xn. Again, let us take their LCM. So we have taken 3 plus sin xn, and if we multiply this xn with this 3 plus sin xn, so we are getting 3xn plus xn sin xn minus 3xn, and this minus will become plus. So these two things, 3xn and minus 3xn, will cancel. So we are getting xn sin xn plus cos xn plus 1 divided by 3 plus sin xn. So this is what it is, the value of xn plus 1. Now let us come to find out its roots. So let us put f of 0. What is f of 0? It is 0 minus 0. Cos 0 is 1. So 0 minus 1, it is minus 2. If you put f of 1, it is what? Cos of 1. Cos of 1 means what? We will put over here the value of 1. It is what it is in the radian. So we convert into degree, which convert into radian. So what is this? Pi upon 180. Sorry, 180 upon pi. 1 radian is equal to what? 180 upon pi. So this what we are getting. We have yesterday we have already seen it is 57.3 degree. So this what we are getting, it is 1.4599. So the value of f of 0 is minus 2 is negative, and f of 1 is positive. So the roots will lie between 0 to 1. Roots will lie between 0 to 1. So since f of 0 is equal to negative, f of 1 is positive, so the root of the equation is lying between 0 and 1. So let us take, now we have already told you that we can put any value, either we can put 0, either we can put 1, or what is the 0 plus 1 divided by 2. We can also put this 0 plus 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So now let us put here, let us take another value, let us experiment it. Let us put what will happen if you put x is equal to 0.6. So what will happen? So let us take the iteration number 1. So iteration number 1 means what? We have to put n equal to 0. N equal to 0. So what will happen? It is xn plus 1 is what? x1, x0, sin x0 plus cos x0 plus 1 upon 3 plus sin x0. Okay, what is x0? x0 equal to 0.6, sin 0.6 plus cos 0.6 plus 1 upon 3 plus sin 0.6. This is very important point over here, that 0.6 can be converted into radian. So how we can convert into this is equal to degree. So this is 0.6 into 180 divided by 3.14. So this will be converted into degree. And then we are able to, we cannot directly find what is the value of sin 0.6. We first convert into degree, and then we are able to find out its value. So now if we find out its value, what is this? This sin 0.6 can be converted in the degree, and thereafter we will get this answer. Okay, so if we simplify it, you can check it with the help of calculator. So we are getting 0.6071. Okay, similarly, if you find what is the second iteration, iteration number 2, so putting n equal to 1, then from equation number 2 we have x2 is equal to x0 is replaced by x1, x1 is replaced by x2. Again, we put the value of, this is x1, so sin of x1, cos of x1 plus 1 divided by 3 plus sin of x1. Again, this 0.6071 can be converted into degree by using this formula, 180 divided by 3.14 into 0.6071. Okay, so this will be converted in degree, and then we are able to find out the value of sine and cosine. So if we again substitute this value, we are getting 0.6071. Correct? So we are getting same value. Just look here, we are getting the same answer. X2 and X1 both are similar. Here X2 is equal to X1, which is equal to 0.6071 is the desired approximate root of the given equation up to 4 decimal places. Okay. Okay. If we put here, we have substituted X0 is equal to 0.6. So now you can also take that if we put X0 is equal to 1, for example, or X0 is equal to 0.5 or 0. what will happen? We will take one more iteration. Now it will not come in the only second iteration. We can take we can also take another iteration number 3. Up to iteration number 3, we are able to find out its answer. Okay, so this is the Newton-Raphson method. With the help of this Newton-Raphson method, we are able to find out the roots of the algebraic equation as well as transcendental equation. So these are some examples, exercise for you. So there are 7 algebraic equations, 8, 9, 10 are transcendental equations. Same thing we will first see what is this equation is given. So we will first check that the root of this equation lying between which either 0 or 1. So now since the answer is given over here, okay, so clearly here if we take f of 1, what is f of 1? F of 1 is equal to 1 minus 3 plus 1, which is minus 1. What is f of 2? F of 2 is equal to 8 minus 6 plus 1. So 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. So clearly it is positive and it is negative. So clearly the root of the given equation will lie in between x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. So you can put either 1.5 you can put, or you can put x0 equal to 1 or x0 is equal to 2. Answer is very near to 1.5. So you can put x0 is equal to 1.5. Correct? Actually the answer is not given in the exam, but right now you can put, let us put any value. At most what will happen, we will take one more iterations. Okay, there is no need to take the two more iteration. We only take the one more iteration and then we get the answer. So this is the very important method, Newton-Raphson method. Similarly, we are able to solve another question, other examples. So